So you've discovered Dungeons and Dragons. You've heard about it somewhere online, you saw a reference in a TV show, or you saw some people enjoying the hell out of it. You think it sounds like a lot of fun, and you decided to give it a try. The problem is, you have no idea where to start. Let me help you out then. Step 1. Getting the essentials. Tabletop role-playing games are played mostly in your head. You do need a few materials though to get the ball rolling. If you're starting from scratch, I'd highly recommend getting the 5th edition starter set. It doesn't really cost much and holds everything you need for your first campaign. A basic rulebook, a pre-written adventure, some dice, and even some pre-made characters. This is a great way to get the hang of the game and to test the waters before you dive head on into the core rulebooks. If you don't want to spend any money at all, you can get the official basic light rulebooks on the Dungeons & Dragons website for free. Even if they're missing out a lot of details and depth of the full package, you could totally play a campaign with these PDF files only. You could even get a dice roller app for your phone if you don't want to pay for real dice. The real essentials though are these 2 books, and I'd recommend everyone seriously interested in D&D to get them. They're terribly pretty and hold anything you would ever want to know about the game inside. The Player's Handbook is the essential guide on how to play D&D, with a focus on character creation and the battle system. Which one of you guys has even read the Player's Manual? While the Dungeon Master's Guide is a treat for the Game Master, filled with random tables, traps, dungeons, items, background lore, and lots of fluff. Oh, I see. If you want the full experience, you can add the Monster Manual with its countless grim creatures on top of this. And of course, you need dice. Get yourself a set of so-called polyhedral dice. Step 2. Finding players. The biggest problem you're about to face has nothing to do with complicated rules or expensive materials, but with finding the right people. Tabletop role-playing is a very unique hobby, and not everyone is up for it. Although Dungeons & Dragons has recovered a lot from the dusty nerds only tag it's been carrying for decades, delving into fantasy worlds and playing a story with your mind isn't everyone's cup of tea. If your common circle of friends is actually interested in playing, congratulations. Get them together and get ready for your first session. If you don't have any friends wanting to play RPGs, don't worry either. Ask around for D&D groups in local comic shops or game stores, or find a group online to play. Playing D&D online can be just as awesome as playing it in the living room. Step 3. Finding a Dungeon Master. If you've gathered a few friends around the table willing to play, one of you has to take the role of the Dungeon Master. That's me! The DM is the most important part of the game and basically in charge of how enjoyable your experience will be. His or her responsibility will be to lead the pack through the story and manage the whole adventure. So, do you want to go into the dark and cold cave, or do you want to climb the volcano? The DM will pose encounters, puzzles and traps, and act out all the non-player characters in your world. If one of you has already played D&D or has role-playing experience, I think you've found your Dungeon Master. If all of you are starting with a blank slate, one of you just has to step up and take the job. But don't worry, the starter set will lead you safely through your first adventure, slowly teaching you how to become a good DM. Honestly, that's all there is. The fun thing about Dungeons & Dragons is that you can delve into the game as deep as you want. There's just so much content out there to get lost in. You could read rulebooks and blogs and stories for ages, but you totally don't have to. You can just take the simple route of learning by doing. Download the free basic rules, or even better, get yourself a starter set. Gather a few friends around the table and just try it out. Don't let the huge amount of content out there and the endless possibilities of the game scare you. Getting into Dungeons & Dragons really isn't that hard. Just go for it. Thank you for watching and have fun with your first session.